For the first time in 46 years, the best of the best in the Sports Car Club of America return to the West Coast for the club's annual one-race battle for the title of champion in 27 classes. This year's three-day duel for the medals brings over 400 racers to California's Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca on the stunning Monterey Peninsula. It's time to seriously step up at the 2014 and 51st SCCA National Championship Runoffs.
The Atlantic Championship, Formula A event to wrap things up here on the Sunday, the final day of competition in the 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs. Ought to be a great battle. 20 laps, 40 minutes is the time limit, and 14 cars scheduled to answer the call coming up here momentarily. Corner workers and other volunteers, again, we salute you all for making this event possible and making it so much fun for us. We've had a chance to meet many folks along the way, the course of the last few days here in Monterey, and it's been a joy to do that. Also a treat, certainly, to get a chance to work again with my good friend, Mr. Popst here. Meet Hayward Wagner for the first time, and we appreciate his contributions to our telecasts all weekend long. Certainly Jeff Lepper, Greg Creamer, dear friends and colleagues of many years standing as well. So as we get set to go for the final time in 2014 at these runoffs, let's get an update from pit road. Here's Hayward.
Atlantic rolling off the grid and onto Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. These are the fastest of the Formula cars here at the SCCA National Championship Runoffs. Big tires, lots of power, and tremendous amounts of downforce make a Formula Atlantic car do what it does. Guys, remember, these drivers have not seen this track since Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of folks from out of this region, out of this division, this could be a very interesting race.
Echoing what I was saying there, that it could lead to changes over the course of the race. They probably were up touring Napa, maybe they went up to Yosemite. It's been a long time. It's been 3 days since they were on track.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that is part and parcel of the SCCA National Championship Runoffs. With 27 classes, 24 races, you don't get the amount of track time you might normally get on a race week.
It's a whole week, but there's so many classes that you just have a shot here and a shot here and a shot here, and it helps the locals, frankly.
Absolutely.
But this race does not appear to be between locals. All the top qualifiers are not from around here.
Michael Malinen on the pole in the 71. Fabio Castellani from Streamwood, Illinois in the 97 alongside. Again, that's the Swift 14 Toyota. The Swift 16 is the car you're seeing here with the kind of wider side pods. Here comes one of the, well, that's one of the earlier versions. There's one of the 016s right there. The side pads have kind of a distinctive shape. They start out wider and then they kick in kind of a gentle curve inward is one of the ways you can tell the 16 from the 14. And those cars were created to have Mazda power plants. Now Honda has developed an engine for these cars. They're starting to sell the engine, and next year we expect to see some Hondas in Formula Atlantic.
I saw a couple examples in the paddock, not racing, with a 2-liter Honda in them. And I also think these cars are beautiful.
They are.
The newer, the beautifuler. They look like little baby Formula One cars, and that's really how they run as well. The engines are hot, they're revvy, and they make great noises, and most of them are also paddle shifters now. Fabio is one of the few manual shifters still left, a sequential, but manual.
Well, the older Swift 014s, that was something that they still had the shifter on the right side of the car. When the 016 came out, the paddle shifters were part and parcel. That was developed by the old Champ Car World Series, the successor to CART, as its B-League, if you will, its version of Indy Lights at the time. And great race cars. Everybody who's ever driven one who I've talked to, and I've talked to many of them, Graham Rahal, a graduate of those cars, among others, and they say, just a great way to learn the craft of big-time open-wheel racing. So the amateur category ought to be a dynamic event. We're excited to bring it to you to wrap things up in our coverage of the 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs. He's Randy Popst, I'm Rick Benjamin. Glad to have you with us. Safety car diving for pit road. Malinen in the 71, Castellani in the 97 on the outside. Malinen's car, the black machine you see there. Right behind him is Richard Zober. That's another one of the 016 version Swifts. As the field gets going, they fan out 3 wide. Looks like we're going to have some 3 and 4 wide action heading to turn 1.
Whoa, they're tight. Look at them banging wheels.
Malinen down into turn 1, your race leader. Change of position for second early. Let's see if that can hold. It's Zober moving around the outside pole sitter Castellani for second spot.
Castellani did not have a good start. It looked like he was trying some strategy to hold back and jump it, but it didn't work out. And the torque of the bigger engine cars was obvious on that start as well.
Zober in the 66, they're settling into third, and one car off into the dirt early. Everyone chasing Michael Malinen, who starts to stretch the lead out. Castellani has gotten back into second.
Okay, so he's on the pace, and he's going to start gauging his abilities to keep up with that lead car. The lead car, Malinen, out qualifying Castellani and the rest of the field by almost a second. That's a long time, but it's a long race.
It is, and tire management will be key here, and how quickly can you get your tires up to temperature. There's the third place car, the 66 of Richard Zober. He's got his hands full down through the corkscrew.
I think these cars are probably flat through 9 because of the tremendous downforce. Whoa, big wiggle for Zober.
Good battle for position, third, fourth, and fifth, very much in play. Move to the inside to try to take third away from Zober. That's the 56 car right there. That's the car of Connor Kirby from Corpus Christi, Texas. Sixth position was his spot on the grid, and he is flying toward the front.
I'll tell you, it was a nice, clean move down the inside, decisive.
Kirby up to third, yeah. Sadat Yelkin moving into second spot in the 75. We were trying to pin down the number. He was the fifth place starter, so Yelkin got a great start and moved to second behind Michael Malinen. Malinen a second to the good right now.
Oh, we got Yelkin.
That is Yelkin right there in the 75, the Everclear machine.
Wow, that was a nice move.
Yelkin trying to see what he can do with race leader Michael Malinen right there in the 71.
We could see him stack up on that start. And Castellani was just not having a good day there. They swarmed around him.
He is back in fifth position with one lap on the board.
Look how hard these things turn. They can just pull the car right back to the inside for a short line up the hill. Can't do that in a big sedan.
No, you definitely cannot. These cars tailor-made for a race course like Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, no doubt about it. Oh, trouble.
Oh, yeah, he really got air, didn't he?
Looked like he missed the apex there completely. Take a look at the leaders. That's the 56 machine of Connor Kirby up to third spot. Kirby on the charge, qualified sixth. Yelkin qualified fifth. Lewis Cooper, Richard Zober, Fabio Castellani all being passed here. Race leader is still Malinen.
I think that was Kirby that had the rough ride through the corkscrew there, wasn't it?
Yep.
Probably got in a little hot. And if you go too wide in the left-hand beginning part, it's really rough coming down the hill.
Malinen still your leader, starting to pull away a bit. 2.5 seconds now over Yelkin, who's going to be under pressure from Connor Kirby shortly.
Let's see what Yelkin's driving here. He's at the wheel of a 14, an 014.
And that's
so
a
he's
Toyota
got the
powered
lighter
car. Yeah, lighter car, smaller engine.
Could be easier on the tires in the long run.
We will see. We've seen several cases this weekend, the last 3 days of coverage here at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, where we'll have one car combination be great for the first 6, 8, 10 laps. But then as the race wears on, that driver perhaps putting a little more stress and strain on things and running at a slower pace in the final few laps and losing positions.
That's right, but holy cow, has Malinen pulled out a gap on this lap. Let's see if he resets the fastest lap time when he gets back, because the gap has grown enormously in a very short period of time.
Well, Connor Kirby ran a 1:23.18 when he climbed into third position. That's about 7/10 quicker than the race leader Malinen. And right now, Kirby in that 56, I've got to believe, being held up by Sadat Yelkin. If he can make an inside move here in 11 and get around the second place car, we might have a race on our hands pretty quickly here.
And Kirby's got the bigger engine. He might be able to get him on the straight here. He's got some draft and open wheel cars.
Inside in the kink, headed toward 2, and it's going to be Connor Kirby taking over second spot. Nice pass.
Open wheel cars are not aerodynamically clean, so they punch quite a hole in the air. There's a lot of draft behind an open wheel car.
Keep your eyes on Connor Kirby. Now your runner-up in that 56. He gets around Yelkin and quickly puts a gap on Yelkin back into third. So Connor Kirby.
It's looking like the big motor cars are the way to go early in the race.
They were clearly an improvement over the 014s when they came online in Champ Car back in the middle part of the last decade.
Kirby's on pace with the leader, turning the same lap time as Malinen on that lap, even as Malinen was gapping Sadat Yelkin. Yelkin about a second slower.
And now that Yelkin's been passed for second, we'll see what Kirby can do to chop into the lead That's Castellani, I do believe, in the 97 car. He's back in 4th position now, so starting to gain some ground back. And that's one of the Swift 014 Toyota-powered entries.
Great guy. He was my mole on this Formula A class.
Gave you all the inside scoop.
Yeah, I was down there talking with him, so I've got kind of a little good wish for him in the competition today. He's in a Toyota-powered Swift 14A, so it's the light theory, and it hasn't been great for him early in the race, especially to start.
Yeah, he did not get a good start and lost a couple of spots early on and trying to work his way back at least into podium contention at this point. Michael Malinen continuing to lead. Connor Kirby chopping that lead down a little bit, 2.2 seconds last time by. So Kirby making a little bit of hay. There's your 3rd place runner, Yelkin in the 75, then Castellani behind him. Those are 2 Swift 14 4-cylinder Toyota-powered entries. As we watch more action here, some of the Formula Atlanta cars heading under the Cooper Tire Bridge. There's the 66 car, Richard Zober, running in 5th position.
Looks
right
like he's
him,
getting some heat.
Lou Cooper in 6th, and that's a Swift 14 Toyota.
Oh, definitely quicker, isn't he?
Yeah, Cooper trying to get to the inside here of Zober. This is 5th position in play.
You ever wonder why they have open wheel race cars?
No, why?
It's because it's harder to pass.
Aha.
You can't just bump a guy out of the way because you'll damage your car too. It makes it really a more pure class in terms of racing.
Yes. And those of us who love open wheel racing certainly appreciate what's going on here.
If you touch wheels and get away with it in open wheel cars, you are living on the edge. And I think we saw a little bit of that on the start. There might have been a little rubbing sidewall to sidewall.
Getting word from our producer, Clark Camburn, in the truck, that the driver of car number 70, Lewis Cooper, is north of 70 years of age. So our hat is certainly off to him. These are hard cars to drive, Randy Popst. Cooper, in a wreck at the Circuit of the Americas last year in an SCCA event, broke his back and has bounced back from that. At his, look, I'm 60, I freely admit that. My hat is off to anybody who can drive one of these cars at speed and do it well, and at age 70 plus. That's fantastic.
That's really impressive because these cars are generating a lot of G-force. It's takes your whole body to hold your organs in place as you're going around the corner. It takes good core strength.
Lou Cooper, the driver we're talking about, in 6th right now, trying to find a way around Richard Zober, who is 5th in that green and black machine.
I think he's quicker than Zober. He was last lap, and his best lap is better also.
Check back in on the battle for 3rd. Yelkin in the 75, Castellani in the 97. Now up front, Connor Kirby. Last time by, we put 5 laps on the board. Kirby has chopped Malinen's lead down to less than a second. It was 0.8 when they went by start-finish a moment ago. And here's that lead battle. Malinen's got his hands full with Connor Kirby in 1 and 2.
Ain't that the truth? Kirby is into the 22s. He's well over a second faster than Malinen.
Michael Malinen was the pole sitter, your Tire Rack Pole Award winner in Formula A. But it looks like he is going to give up the point. He'll see what Connor Kirby can do here in terms of tactics to try to take the top spot back.
Right. Kirby is quick enough. He undoubtedly will be able to pass Malinen, but he's got to look for the right opportunity to get it done cleanly. This shows, once again, Malinen marched off into the sunset on the start. We figured, the race is over. The leader's going to just take this whole thing. Next thing you know, Kirby's on his gearbox.
Connor Kirby from Corpus Christi, Texas, up to 2nd spot in that silver and black machine. That is car number 56, trying to reel in Malinen now as they head up the hill toward the corkscrew.
Both with Mazda power. Sluicing around. I think that Malinen is slowing more than Kirby needs to. And he's going to have to find a way to work it through. Maybe down here into 11.
Now a test for Connor Kirby. Can you plan and execute a clean pass of the race leader when you're obviously faster? Inside move coming to 11. Let's see. Looks like he's got him. Connor Kirby squeezes by Malinen. A little bit of slide out of 11. Connor Kirby is your new leader, and I think he will pull away quickly. He is doing just that.
Bang.
Wow.
Just like that. I'm wondering if maybe Malinen's tires have gone over pressure on him. This is a disastrous thing that can happen if you don't get the right starting cold tire pressure. Once you get 2, 3, 4 laps into the race, the pressures can go too high, and that will kill your grip. We saw a little lockup from Malin and down into one. Another indication he may be a little off on tire grip.
So let's reset the top 5 for you. Connor Kirby is now your leader. He has come from 6th on the grid. That could put him into contention as well for that Sunoco Hard Charger Award. Michael Malin in there on the 71 car has faded to 2nd. Sadat Yelkin holding 3rd in the 4-cylinder Toyota-powered Swift 14 in the 75. Fabio Castellani 5th in the 97, another Toyota Swift 14 combo. Richard Zober still 5th in the 66. That's one of the Mazda Swift 16s. There he is, holding that position over Lewis Cooper in the 70 car. That's one of the Swift 14 4-cylinder Toyota-powered entries.
It's funny, we've got pairs of cars battling in pairs of, right? There's the 3-4 battle and the 5-6 battle. And they're close. Can't be determined just yet. Kind of like the leader, as the tires get hot, we get a few laps into the race, conditions change, and certain cars get quicker. And I think Castellani's getting quicker.
Castellani in 4th, trying to chase down Sadat Yelkin, who's 3rd in the 75 as they exit turn 11.
Good looking cars.
Oh, yeah.
They're just stuck. When you think race car, when I dream race car in my dreams, they look like this. That's what I grew up with.
Sure.
Indy cars, Formula One,
Yeah.
back in the 60s and 70s when I was a kid.
Very similar layout, certainly, to those cars. And perhaps a problem for one of the race leaders. Yelkin right there. Looks like Malinin may be off pace. Malinin right there in the 71 in second spot. Seems to be okay now. May have missed a gear, possibly. Now, these cars, the 16s, the Swift 16s, do have sequential shift.
He looks vulnerable, doesn't he?
He does. Oh, offline going into 5 there.
Something's not right.
Up the hill towards 6.
And here comes 3rd and 4th, flat out.
Castellani trying to get around Sadat Yelkin, who is 3rd. Yeah, it looks like Malinin may have dropped a cylinder or had some other sort of drivetrain problem.
I'm fascinated by how...
Smoke showing
Yeah.
out of the back end of the 71. That could be our clue right there. And here comes Yelkin. Yeah, Malinin throws the hand up.
Castellani caught the tire pile turning into the corkscrew.
Wow.
He actually knocked it out into the road. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to handle that one and to see if his car is going to be all right.
May need a local yellow up there at the top, midway through the corkscrew.
It looked like those tires were knocked right out onto the curbing.
Here's your now 2nd and 3rd place battle. As Sadat Yelkin takes over 2nd from Michael Malinin, the pole sitter. So Malinin from Washington State apparently will not be around, and one of the corner workers bravely running out there to pull that stack of orange tires back off the curbing.
Bravo!
Nicely done.
Holy mackerel, but I wonder if Castellani's going to be okay. So far, he looks like he's all right, but he definitely nipped that tire pile on the way into the corkscrew.
Castellani behind Yelkin for 2nd spot, 2 of the Swift 14 Toyota-powered Atlantic entries.
Connor Kirby, long gone. Where is he? He's 10 seconds almost out.
Kirby was fast. You could tell from the get-go. He made that great move on the start to come from 6th and pick up a couple of spots. Didn't take him long to race his way into 3rd and then 2nd. Track down the leader, Malinin, blow by him, and then Malinin off the pace and apparently headed for pit road. We will see. Kirby your leader, Yelkin 2nd, Castellani 3rd. Then you've got Zober and Lewis Cooper at age 70 plus. This is the fight here for 2nd spot. Zober and Cooper were fighting for 4th a moment ago. Bruce Hamilton 6th in the 36. William Goldkind 7th in the 16. Robert Corliss 8th in the 17. Jim Mowley 9th in the 38. Charles Duncan 10th in the 98. Malinin had fallen back to 11th and is a lap down.
Rick, these cars have so much stick in the fast corners that they almost look like they're on fast forward. They do things that just don't click in my mind. How can that be possible? Well, downforce, that's how.
Yep, downforce, super sticky tires, great engineering, and talented drivers. Quite a combination.
Downforce is like an airplane flying upside down. The wings, rather than lifting the car, they're upside down, literally, and they're pushing it down, and it makes incredible grip. Like right here in turn 4, 100-mile-an-hour plus corner, they're just stuck as they turn in.
In these cars, that's probably what, a 4th gear, 5th gear corner, pretty much at speed?
I'm going to say probably 4th and certainly about 100 miles an hour or more. And I don't think they have to slow down for it.
Wouldn't think so. Doesn't appear that way.
Most sedans do.
Take a look at the battle for 5th that continues to rage. 4th, actually, now Zober in the 66, Cooper in the 70. And they've got company. That's Bruce Hamilton catching those two.
Getting crowded back here.
I like what Lou Cooper is doing at that stage of life. Downstairs to Hayward Wagner.
Catch up with the Mellon crew. They're reporting it was a gearbox issue that took their guy out of the race.
Wow, Michael Mallon succumbing to a gearbox failure of some sort. Tough break indeed. We could see coming out of the corkscrew there a couple of laps ago. Threw the right hand up to tell drivers he was off pace and out of power probably, and moving out of the way, and he will be behind the wall if he isn't already there.
Maybe a shifter system. They can be troublesome.
Oh, yeah.
The gearboxes are tough. They're hard as nails.
Here we go. Cooper to the inside, trying to get around the 66. Had to lock him up. Couldn't get it done. He's got dirty tires, too. That's not helping him any.
He drives like a young buck.
Yes, he does. Good for him. Come on, Lewis.
Go for it.
We like seeing that.
We're rooting for you.
As I recall, and I did not check that out this week, it goes back a line. Of course, I called Champ Car on the Atlantics on television for several years. These cars, I believe, have a pneumatic shifter. I believe it's air powered.
Yes, usually the paddle shifters are air powered. They even have a little air compressor on board, and those can be troublesome. I've driven several cars where it failed or got funky, and in some ways I kind of old school think, man, I just want a mechanical lever click, put it in gear.
All right, 11 laps are down, 9 remaining as we watch this battle continuing to rage for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Richard Zober, the 66, has the spot right now over Lewis Cooper. Let's take a quick timeout. We will come right back at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca.
The 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs are being brought to you in HD by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. And by Hankook, driving emotion.
Some people go to enormous lengths in the name of safety, like the inventor of the flame-resistant racing suit, Bill Simpson. Courageous engineering is also the Mazda way, and why the 2014 Mazda 3 has an available class-exclusive suite of 8 safety features and a top safety rating. Because when it comes to safety, you can never go too far. This is the 2014 Mazda 3. What do you drive?
This is Kenny. Kenny is a dentist, but he races autocross on the weekends. But he's not thinking about his tires right now. Kenny buys all his tires from TireRack.com. Using their exclusive test track reviews, he knows he's always getting the right tires for his car. But Kenny's not thinking about tires right now. Kenny's thinking, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is awesome. TireRack.com, proud sponsor of the Tire Rack SCCA National Solo Program.
The machines and their manufacturers span the planet. This is no spec series. Diversity breeds excellence and brings battle. Ride with the best and test the iconic circuits of North America. No pit stops, no quarter. The world watches and knows this is how racing should be.
As the leaders continue to make great pace around this racetrack at 2.238 miles, 11 turns. Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, 12 laps are on the board, and Connor Kirby continues to lead. 12 seconds now over second place Sadat Yelkin. But here's that battle continuing to rage for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Rick Zober had a little whittle at the midpoint of turn 2. He's feeling the heat. He's seeing Cooper in his mirrors. It is a race.
No question about that.
Pressure's on.
Plenty of pressure. You've got an opportunity here to make the podium in Formula A, which would be a fantastic accomplishment. Very much in play. Plenty of time to get the job done here as we see Bruce Hamilton in the 36, that Swift 16 Mazda-powered car, close right in.
Well, if he does, I'm going to go down there and shake his. I think I'd like to meet him.
I was going to say, he'd be worth talking to regardless, I do believe.
Yeah, these cars generate so much G-force that they're quite physical to drive.
Down through the corkscrew.
Bruce Hamilton is the third car there. I think he's just waiting to see what happens with these guys ahead of him. He knows they're in a battle. It might get real easy if they bump into each other.
Yeah. Things you don't want to have happen in the last 2 laps of the entire weekend of SCCA National Championship competition.
Right, and you see that front wing?
Yeah.
Very important piece of the car. Real easy to knock that astray if you get too close. Part of the challenge of racing open wheelers, part of the beauty of it. Not like sedans where you can just bonk a guy on the bumper and drive on like nothing happened.
Exactly. What was it we were calling yesterday? Formula Mazda, and Formula E. Was that the combination yesterday?
That is a combination.
And we had a tire get sliced on a wing end plate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That'll happen, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to be mindful of where you stick the nose of these race cars, because you can take somebody out unintentionally if you're not careful. You have to be very precise in a car like this, right?
Absolutely. That does describe well what driving a Formula Atlantic is like. Precision. But precision with superhuman capabilities,
yeah.
or super race car capabilities.
I'm very impressed. Connor Kirby continuing to check out in car number 56. He's got a 12.5-second lead now over Yelkin. Again, this battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Fabio Castellani continues to run 3rd behind Yelkin. So those two Swift 014As, Toyota-powered entries, running 2nd and 3rd. There's your leader, Kirby, the GK Motorsports entry.
You see him turn in?
Yeah.
That thing just right on in there. Although, that doesn't look like 12 seconds.
No, I don't think that's the battle. Those are not the 2nd or 3rd place cars. Those are cars that are a lap or so down.
Too bad.
Connor Kirby, trouble. That battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Cooper looked like the 66 car of Zober in trouble. There's a body part there, part of the wing, it looks like, from one of these race cars on the racetrack. Looks like the end plate was knocked off. There's been contact. Hamilton, Zober, and Cooper in some trouble. Hamilton appears to have survived and has gone past into 4th spot. Tough break for Lewis Cooper. Tough break for Richard Zober. Certainly, obviously, contact. We'll have at least a local yellow, if not more, based on this, with 14 laps complete now.
Sorry to see that. At this point, all we can do is guess. And my guess is that Cooper maybe took a passing attempt again into turn 11, kind of like he did a couple laps ago. Hard to say, though. Hard to say. And a shame, because I was really starting more and more to root for Cooper to move on up the grid.
He was certainly positioned nicely to do that, but evidently some contact in the final corner here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Meantime, we check in on this battle behind the race leaders. We'll try to get a read on the car numbers for you.
Yeah, further down the field, they just picked up a couple of positions.
Bill Goldkind in the 16 is battling for 5th now, with, it would appear, Jim Molley in the 38, with the retirements or the problems befalling Luke Cooper and the 66 car, Richard Zober, back there. So
a sudden promotion, just like we were talking about. Hamilton sitting back, wondering if maybe those two will get in trouble, and boom, he's elevated 2 positions.
Hamilton in the 36, advancing to 4th. Corliss in the 17, 5th now. Goldkind in the 16 and 6th. Then we get a full course yellow with 15 laps complete, 5 remaining for the leaders.
Wow, I wonder if they can clean that up.
Well, it will certainly bunch the field up behind the safety car. Now, Yelkin and Castellani have not shown nearly the pace to take a run at Connor Kirby. Really, nobody has. Kirby, since Michael Mallinen fell out, has been in a class all by himself here.
He has. I do believe they'll get this cleaned up, because these Formula cars are very light and they're relatively easy to pick up.
You can hook them. They have a roll hoop hook that you can just pick them up and lift them off the racetrack.
Lift the whole thing in the air. In fact, you and I could probably lift up one of these cars. We can certainly lift up the front, I guarantee you.
No question.
They're all mid-engine, and they're all 4-cylinder inline engines. Kind of typical engine of today, a double overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, but they have real aggressive camshafts and pistons, and so they rev really high, a lot of compression. And
pure racing motors, these cars.
Yeah, they're getting 250 horse out of a 1600cc normally aspirated engine, and 300 out of the bigger 2.3 liter Mazdas.
There is the 66 of Richard Zober.
Sorry to see that.
Absolutely, and it did knock off the left front wing. You can see that that's part of the damage. That's what's, I believe, sitting at the exit of 11 down there.
So there's a little action on the left front of Zober's car.
Now, it's conceivable he could refire, but it'd be hard to drive that car with a damaged front wing.
Well, you could. It wouldn't be the end of the world as long as it's not in a position to maybe fall off. But I think that his alignment has been messed up. I think his suspension's a little bit messed up, too. Again, I'm guessing.
That's Cooper's car going up on the hook, just as we talked about, Randy, lifting that car by the roll hoop.
Yeah, pretty car. And they need to turn it around so we can see the other side.
Yeah.
But it's still conjecture over what transpired there so far.
So Connor Kirby will be your restart pole sitter. 4 laps to go. We'll hopefully get 3 more laps of racing in here.
I think we're going to get green again there.
Clock is not an issue. Yeah, the 40-minute time limit not an issue at all with 3 laps to go and cars as fast as these. The Martini car of Lewis Cooper. Certainly a tough way to have the weekend end for him, because he was very competitive, obviously trying to figure out a way to get around and make a move and get up into fourth and maybe take a shot at third spot before all was said and done here today.
And something, we don't know what, went horribly wrong.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
The cars don't look terribly damaged, which is good, but they're out of the race, so that's bad. And it's the SCCA runoffs. These drivers are going for it.
Sure.
Going for it, and seeing doesn't always turn out ideally, unfortunately.
Saw the car moving by there as we take a look at timing and scoring. We talked about a car in the original grid, the Elan Star Pro Formula Mazda of Jim Malley from Morgan Hill, California. And I believe that is one of the current generation Star Mazda, Pro Mazda now, entries that uses that chassis configuration, eligible for Formula A in SCCA national competition. It's a purple bodied car. We saw it sneak by in our camera shot there just a moment ago.
Now, Rick, looking at the fastest lap lineup, it appears that we're going to have a good competition for second place in this race. Connor Kirby's just got to get a clean start, keep his nose clean. Sometimes yellows change the condition, though. Tires cool off, and it's not unusual to see the complexion change after a restart. But Castellani, Yelkin, and Hamilton all have fastest laps in the 24s.
Yeah, yep, they do. They're very evenly matched up there in second, third, and fourth. So we'll see how that all develops. Robert Corliss in fifth position for the restart. That's a Swift 014, actually a Swift DB4, or even earlier chassis with a Toyota power plant. In fifth, William Goddard in sixth, the Goldkind, I should say, in sixth of the 16. That's a Swift 14 Toyota. Jim Malley in seventh in that Pro Mazda entry.
Lights out on the pace car.
Duncan, Zober, and Cooper, 9th and 10th, being scored right now, and they're done for the day. So we have 8 cars still in competition here in the Formula A feature, wrapping things up at the 2014 SCCA National Championship runoff. Safety car heads for pit road. Leaders will come down, and this will be lap 17. We'll have 3 to go as they come to the green.
Screaming little engines back at it. Look at that run for second place on the grid.
Yelkin and Castellani will be side by side. Kirby sneaks away. That's the Pro Mazda that's in the hunt there too, and he is not fighting for position. He is a lapped car, so it looks as though Yelkin gets away nicely in second spot, and here comes Castellani getting by the slower car.
There you go. I didn't realize we had a lapped car in the
third in line.
mix.
That's the Pro Mazda back there.
And that helped Yelkin get a little bit of a gap.
3 wide as they head toward turn 4. There's the 36.
3 wide.
Trying to make some noise. That's Bruce Hamilton's car. Now that car, and I did not ask the question, but I believe it's true, that car was the test car when these, at the time, new Atlantic chassis were constructed, the Swift 16. That car had Mazda Speed livery on it, and that was a car that was used as a show car and a demonstration car, and the original test mule chassis for these this generation of Atlantics back in the day.
And even further back in the pack there, Corliss driving a wide car. Oh, big dive bomb!
Moved to the inside to get around the lapped Pro Mazda machine there.
I don't know, it ain't over. Oh!
They are getting after it for position here, a little bit deeper in the field. Hamilton in the 36, Corliss in the 17, Goldkind in the 16, putting on quite a bout.
Oh, yeah, they are. They know there's only 2 laps left in this race.
2 laps remaining coming up, absolutely.
Oh,
Castellani looks like he's got a problem. Meantime, Connor Kirby now. And we'll see what happens with Sadat Yelkin, 0.6 of a second back. Yelkin goes way wide in turn 2.
He's working it. He's working it because Kirby, he can smell it. You know, he's got a sniff.
Well, Connor Kirby has slowed dramatically. A 1:25.57 first lap under green, and you can see why Yelkin was able to close in. He ran almost 0.3 quicker.
You know, at the beginning of this race, it took a while for Connor Kirby to get going, right? Remember, it took about 3 laps.
Yep, it did.
He may have a pretty hard compound because of the outside air temperature and the track temperature, and maybe it takes a little bit to get the heat up in the tires.
Connor Kirby starting to pull away just a little. He was 0.6 of a second ahead of Yelkin. Last time by start finish, they'll come to the white flag this time by. Kirby heading toward the corkscrew with the lead, but not secure by any means at this point.
Yeah, Yelkin's got a lot of pace. He's certainly not being threatened by Hamilton or Castellani. Castellani fading a bit. He's got to have a mechanical trouble.
I thought he had a problem. He looked like he was slowing off the pace coming up the hill towards 6th there.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's in the 28s.
Here is Kirby, final corner. He'll head to the white flag in the 56 car. Second spot to Sadat Yelkin. We'll see what the gap is this time by. 3rd, Bruce Hamilton in the 36.
Yeah, all the way up to 3rd from 8th. Could be our Sunoco hard charger.
And Connor Kirby adding to his lead that time around. A 2.5 seconds the gap as he came by start-finish over Sadat Yelkin. Bruce Hamilton 3.5 seconds back in 3rd, and then car number 36.
Did you see that power oversteer from Yelkin?
Yeah.
He's really given it his best. It's really rare to see these Formula Atlantics driving through a corner sideways like that, drifting. He wants it. He wants it.
Talked about the need to be precise in these cars, Randy Popes, and really sideways is not what you want to do in a car like this.
No, it isn't. For one thing, the aerodynamics aren't as efficient when you're sideways, but boy, it looks cool.
Probably feels like it's a lot of fun as well.
Drifting is a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
That's what's good about having
That's
too
why
much
I've
power
always
for
enjoyed
your
racing
grip.
on dirt. Same reason.
Yeah, well, we had a little bit of that coming out of the corkscrew just
Not
a
that
lap
kind of
ago.
dirt. A little different scenario. Connor Kirby is your leader. Looks like he is headed to the house for a gold medal here to wrap things up in the 2014 SCCA National Championship runoffs. And here's Kirby down out of the corkscrew for the final time. Couple of corners separating him from a national championship.
Almost home, driving with the fingers crossed. He was in the 23s last lap, so I think it just took a bit to get temperature back in the tires.
Connor Kirby out of the final corner heading towards start-finish of the checkered flag. Final checkered flag of the weekend in the SCCA runoffs in 2014 goes to Connor Kirby from Corpus Christi, Texas. He is your winner in Formula A here at the SCCA National Championship runoffs. Sadat Yelkin comes home 2nd. Bruce Hamilton rounds out the podium in 3rd. Fabio Castellani, we'll see if he is able to come home in 4th position ahead of Corliss. Corliss shown 5th there. Let's see what happens. See if the scoring shuffles as the cars come to the stripe, and it does. Castellani did have problems, Randy Popes. Robert Corliss in that 17 gets credit for 4th. William Goldkind in car number 16 gets credit for 5th. So that's your top 5. Race winner is Connor Kirby, your national champion in Formula A.
That's too bad. Last lap, Castellani, last 2 laps, has some trouble and fades after a good, strong run, threatening to be 2nd on the podium. But again, we see the drama that happens over the course of the race.
Absolutely.
How much everything can change because these cars are highly tweaked for top speed in a short sprint race.
Absolutely.
And it almost becomes kind of an endurance event of its own.
It does. Fabio Castellani not completing his 20th lap, so we'll see. The top 5 have completed 20, and Castellani may lose more positions here. We will see what happens. Castellani at the moment being shown 6th. Charles Duncan 7th, Jim Molley 8th, Richard Zober gets credit for 9th, Lewis Cooper gets credit for 10th, even though they wrecked out with 7 to go. Michael Malinin gets credit for 11th, Dwight Ryder 12th, Riley Hopkins 13th, and Kenneth Davis did not start in that Ralt Cosworth of ancient vintage. So great run by our contenders today. Yelkin in the 75, nice drive to 2nd, 2.8 seconds behind Connor Kirby. Here he comes down onto pit road. The 3rd place car, Bruce Hamilton, heading to pit road as well. Your race winner, Connor Kirby from Corpus Christi, Texas, wins the final gold medal of the weekend in these 51st SCCA National Championship runoffs.
That's Yelkin there, having passed the leader on the cool-off lap, which is perfectly fine.
That is the Swift 14 with Mazda power.
That was a really cool event. I mean, a lot of action. You just never knew what was going to happen. Part of what I love about racing.
Absolutely. Connor Kirby gets the GoPro Hero Move of the Race Award as well for his bonsai pass and charge into the lead in the 56 car. So congratulations to Connor Kirby, the GK Motorsports entry. Kirby is your national champion in Formula A. Rest of the field coming back to the paddock as we see Kirby take the gloves off. He's unplugging the radios and so forth.
Some of those extra straps hold the arms in the car
arm
in
restraints.
a worst-case scenario. Arm restraints, yes.
Exactly. So Connor Kirby, a happy driver certainly out of Texas. Did a great job in that car, was patient indeed. Young driver with a national championship to celebrate tonight. Let's find out more. Here's Hayward Wagner.
All right, we are here with Connor Kirby. Connor, a great drive here in Formula Atlantic, our final championship of the week, getting your gold medal. Congratulations to you. How were you feeling going into that restart?
The restart, I was a little scared, but I pulled it through, and I mean, I got to thank everybody. Jethro right here that sets up my car. I got to thank Hoosier. I got to thank Hoosier and Bruce Foss. I got to thank my dad for letting me do this, and Elite Engines, Mike, Chris Kaiser. I mean, everybody. I mean, it's awesome.
Well, one more thank you you've got to hand out is to GoPro. GoPro's naming you the hero, giving your pass for the lead, the hero move of the race. Talk us through that pass.
Which one? I went from 6th, but
the pass to take the lead.
Oh, all of them were. I mean, I had to try to get everyone else, but I just lit the fire and then took off. So.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to you. We're going to let you take one more lap, this one with a checkered flag, and we're going to take a step back up here and see if we can find Sadat Yelkin, our second place finisher, wearing the silver medal. Sadat, that looked like a blast. How was that race?
It was a good race. I mean, I want to thank my crew. They did an excellent job. You know, we've kind of been on the back foot since we got here. We've done about 15 laps in 2 weeks. So, you know, get all those positions at the start we're really fortunate. And Connor's a great driver. I knew when he got by me, I thought he might get to the pole, so I just let him go for it, and you know, he didn't let me down.
Talk a little about the start. It was a pretty chaotic run there through the first couple of corners.
Yeah, my dad always taught me when I was little, always stick to the pit wall, so I went to the wall, but I guess he told them all to do the same thing. So I dove to the inside, I picked up about 3-4 spots, and I tried to go after the lead, but even on cold tires, I don't think I had it today.
Well, congratulations on the podium finish, silver here in the 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs. We've got one more driver we need to find. Looking for Bruce, our third place finisher. Bruce Hamilton, wearing the bronze medal here. Bruce Hamilton, third place in Formula Atlantic. Bruce, you had a little bit of nerves there on the restart, it looked like. Got a lot of guys around you. How was that?
I did. I thought I was doing pretty good there with a lot of distance behind me, and then with the restart, had to work it all out again. And but it worked out well, and we had just a fantastic race. I'd like to thank some sponsors, if I may. First, SCCA, thank you as always. Great job. Cahill Motorsports, Hoosier Tire. It's just been a fantastic week, everybody. Elite Engines, best engines made, and got us here. So we're really happy to do this. Makes up for 2011 when I was in third on the last lap and spun in the rain.
Now the guys were wondering if you were able to get a view of the incident here in turn 11 that brought out the caution.
Yeah, I have it on video. I'm sure. I've put it behind my mind real quick so that I could keep going. But we'll have it on video. All
right. Well, that's a true racer, keeping the eyes and thoughts forward. Guys, that's going to put a wraps on Pit Lane Reporting for 2014. We're going to kick it back upstairs.
I think Bruce Hamilton might be an attorney by day.
Probably wise to avoid offering any opinions. Just the facts.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts. All right. Well, your winner, Connor Kirby in Formula A, taking that checkered flag around the racetrack one final time here at Mazda Raceway in Laguna Seca. Randy Popes, it's been a treat to handle this with you, with Greg Creamer, Jeff Lepper, Hayward Wagner down on pit road. What do you take away from these 2014 runoffs?
For me, some of the best racing that I've seen all year, and celebrations for the winners like this victory lap right here, which is really a victory lap for the SCCA and the runoffs at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. And just another memory of the good feelings of what club racing is like. Coming out on your own car and doing your best for the love of it.
Final order of finish among the top 10. Kirby, your winner. Yelkin and Hamilton on the podium. Corliss and Goldkind, the rest of the top 5. Fabio Castellani soldiering on to 6th. The lap down, had that mechanical problem late. Then Charles Duncan in the 98, Jim Molley in the 38, Richard Zober and Lewis Cooper had that great fight going for 4th spot before they tangled in turn 11 with a couple of laps to go. That gave Hamilton the opportunity to sneak through because he was the 3rd player in that 3-way battle. He was able to take over 3rd spot and hold it to the finish. Tough break for Zober and for Lewis Cooper, but good to have them both in the field, certainly, and they put on a great show until that incident late in the race in the final corner. here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. That will do it for our coverage of the 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs. It has been a joy to be part of this once again. Hope you've enjoyed our flag-to-flag coverage going back to Friday here from Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. SCCA.com is the home of our Speedcast TV coverage of the SCCA National Championship Runoffs.
The 2014 SCCA National Championship Runoffs are being brought to you in HD by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. And by Hankook, driving emotion.
Some people go to enormous lengths in the name of safety, like the inventor of the flame-resistant racing suit, Bill Simpson. Courageous engineering is also the Mazda way, and why the 2014 Mazda 3 has an available class-exclusive suite of 8 safety features and a top safety rating. Because when it comes to safety, you can never go too far. This is the 2014 Mazda 3. What do you drive?
This is Kenny. Kenny is a dentist, but he races autocross on the weekends. But he's not thinking about his tires right now. Kenny buys all his tires from TireRack.com. Using their exclusive test track reviews, he knows he's always getting the right tires for his car. But Kenny's not thinking about tires right now. Kenny's thinking, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is awesome. TireRack.com, proud sponsor of the Tire Rack SCCA National Solo Program.
The machines and their manufacturers span the planet. This is no spec series. Diversity breeds excellence.